Hello, hello out there. I am just going to check here. Oh, if you're out there, please say hello so I know you hear me. Oh, happy Tuesday. It feels like Thursday for some reason, but it's only Tuesday. Excuse me. So I just want to say hello out there. Happy Tuesday. My name is Kiala Givehand. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And apparently to me coughing, something got caught up in my throat there. I am coming to you on a Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024, for the ABCs of me. 23 days, y'all. 3 more left to go with the alphabet and 7 more in the month. I think there's 30 days in this month. I'm not 100% sure. Hi, Stephanie. Stephanie, do me a favor. Just let me know that you can actually hear me because my microphone isn't doing the usual thing that it does to let me know. Excuse me, but I think, yes, you can hear me. Perfect. Thank you. Hi, Deidre. Welcome. Thank you both. Okay. So, welcome to my channel, ABCs of Me. We're on day 23, which is letter W, hence the washi tape. Ready to have a discussion about washi tape. Lord have mercy. I started pulling out all my washi tape, y'all, and I was like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I need to give away some washi tape. And I usually send some washi tape in, like when I sell little kits or when I sell grab bags or whatever. Y'all listen, I usually have washi tape in it, and so I'm constantly giving away washi tape, but for whatever reason I can't seem to get rid of it. I have so much. All right, so we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna look at my ridiculous amount of washi tape, and I'm gonna show you some of my favorites and just talk about washi. But also letter W today, I'm gonna talk about writing. I'm gonna talk about watercolor. I'm going to talk about maybe some wealth building and talk a little bit about some of the structures that I see on my list here that start with a W. And then obviously watercolor. Did I say that already? I think I did. Okay, so, and whatever else I have in the title, which don't know. Stephanie says that's probably a small percentage of it, isn't it? Shh, don't tell anybody. Shh. So we're going to talk washi tape and watercolor primarily, I think, will be our discussion today. So, and then I'll throw in some writing and maybe even talk about a couple of book structures. So with that said, welcome back to those of you who've been here time and time again. Welcome for the first time. If you are brand new and just finding me and all of my shenanigans, welcome to the party. So I am, man, let me tell you, it's been a week and it's only Tuesday. So, you know, I think those of you who were with me yesterday, you heard me talking about having to take Mama to the doctor. It was awesome and great. She got great x-rays. Everything is looking great. She's healing nicely. For those of you who maybe don't know about this, my mother had a second hip replacement. My mama's had a lot of surgeries. She's had a lot of surgeries. She's been having surgery since I was 16. I've been taking care of her through most of them, if not every single one of them. And it has been, she and I have been on a little journey with the medical system. And I think we got it down to a science at this point. My mama's going to be 80 next month. And we've been doing this for a while now. And so I think we have a rapport with first of all each other. She has gotten to a place where she really truly just trusts me to be her advocate in the health world, and it works out nicely for us. We vibe well in that space together, and a big part of it is trust and communication. And the same goes with the doctors. Like, we stick with the doctors that we trust. When we stop trusting the doctor, we stop going to that doctor. And by we, I mean her. But with my help, of course. And so, yeah, yesterday was, let's see, her 4-month checkup, I think, with the surgeon. And it went really, really well. They said everything looks like it's healing. She didn't have a simple hip replacement. It was a lot involved, and she fell in the hospital less than 24 hours after having it, which caused her to have to go back in for a second surgery. So it's been a little bit of a journey. Let's just name that. Yeah, I told her when she's fully healed, we deserve a vacation. We're going on a vacation that doesn't involve hospitals and surgeries and doctors and appointments. And we're just gonna not do that for a while. So all of that to say, yesterday was awesome and amazing. Mom and I went to dinner after. We went to Joanne's. We hung out. We made a day of it. Damon was here at home in class for 11 hours. He has class. And so it was just us two girls hanging out, and we had a blast. And also, we were both exhausted at the end of the day because we're so used to having Damon there to take the wheelchair in and out, to drop us off, and we don't have to figure out parking. And Damon handles like getting the rollator in the car and out of the car. And I mean, whoo-wee. I was pulling double duty yesterday, and baby, I was tired when I got home. I had all these big plans of what I was going to do when I got home from the appointment, and I just had so many plans. And I am so grateful that I had already done my live yesterday, or it may not have happened, y'all. That's how tired I was. I don't even think I came into my studio once I came back home. That's how tired I was. So here I am today. A little refreshed, but also at the end of a very full work day. Several classes and meetings online, and just navigating being an adult. Man, I feel like adults should have like 3 or 4 days out of the month where we just don't have to be adults. Like, we just, whatever, none of that mess. All right, so let's get this started because Damon is out getting us some groceries for dinner, and for me to make a little something for us to eat in a little bit here. So when he gets back, that's going to be my sign off time. So I got to get going here. So let's pull a card. Let's pull a card. I'm thinking about decks I want to pull from. Let me trying to see one we haven't done, but that is also nearby. I need something close at hand. All right, let me just grab one. I guess I'm on an animal energy kick today, so we'll do another animal deck. This is the Animal Apothecary by Cara Elizabeth. It's a 44 card oracle deck and guidebook for manifestation and fulfillment. Hi, Angelisa. Welcome. Glad you're back. And this one has kind of a 60s vibe. It's very pink and yellow, very primary colory with the bold. Yeah, let's just look at it. But it is, y'all know I like to, I wonder if she's the artist and I feel like, yeah, I feel like she did the art and the guidebook, which times these days is kind of rare, you know. But I think she's both. Yep, I think so. So the back of the box says, animals have wisdom to share and lessons to teach you on your journey towards healing past wounds, manifesting your heart's deepest desires, and fulfilling your purpose. In this unique and colorful hand-drawn 44-card deck and detailed guidebook, each animal offers new ways to fully embody your power and become your greatest self. Love that. So let's do an animal. Let's do a couple animal cards here. We pulled animal cards yesterday from the Animal Tarot by Radley Valentine, Animal Guides Tarot. And I don't remember exactly. And then I think the day before that, or a couple days before that, we pulled from Jamie Sawyer's Nature Portals. So I guess I'm on an animal kick right now. You know, I have an old, I would have to go digging this up, old class I did on using animal decks. I think I even have a printable, maybe a little freebie out there for those that might want that. I have to look and dig it up, y'all. So, Animal Apothecary. Let's just see, what animal wisdom do you have for us tonight? Let's just grab 2 cards. Let's go with that one. And let's do a little more shuffling and get another one. I actually really like the back of these cards. It's a caduceus. I'm going to say with the Harry Potter symbol on the back. It's not really. All right, first one. You are what you think. Whew, ain't that the truth? What you think about, you bring about. And your thoughts create your reality. All of that fits right in line with that. You are what you think. Second one, magnetism through gratitude. Ooh, I love that. 31. So we've got a 2 and a 3 because this is 20 and that's 31. I like to reduce my numbers down to something between 1 and 9. So we've got a 2 and we've got a 4. I said 3, but that 3 plus 1 is 4. So we've got a 2 and a 4. But I'm going to say these to me feel pretty like sort of obvious, right? You are what you think. So want to be something different? Think different, right? Like your mindset is a huge part of how you move through the world, how you create your own energetic reality on a day-to-day basis, right? When I'm sitting here thinking thoughts of fear, frustration, doubt, worry, concern, that shows up in my reality. I become that energy. I start to manifest that in my physical body, from pings and tings and ailments, right? Like things feeling a certain way in the body. So we are what we think. Our thoughts inform our reality, and that part is never lost on me. We can go to Cara. Let's see what Cara says. And then for 31, this just makes me think attitude of gratitude, right? If we sit in gratitude for things, we invite in more things to be grateful for. It's sort of a win-win symbiotic relationship kind of thing. So let's see what Cara has to say about these. All right, you are what you think. Let's grab the glasses. Because you know, I'm going to stop pretending like I don't need these. I do. For now. I'm working on it. All right, that's a flamingo. She says flamingo. Oh my God, that's the second time today I've seen a flamingo. Huh. Well, that's making me wonder something. What were our cards for Jamie? Hold on, I gotta go back. For Jamie, we had, I haven't cut them out yet, but I've made my little copies. We had a cow, a mouse, and I think we said that was the cicada. Huh. Did we have a flamingo yesterday? I don't remember if we did or not. But anyway, I've seen a flamingo in the last 24 hours somewhere else. And now my brain is going to be working on where that was that I saw that. All right. So flamingo is not born pink. She takes on her color because of the pink krill she eats in a clear depiction of you are what you eat. She appears in your reading now to say you are what you think. The medicine of this card requires a profound amount of discipline toward the way you think. The true importance of our thoughts is demonstrated by quantum physics, which reveals that what we feel and think greatly affects our reality. Our thoughts create a wave of energy that is then mirrored back to us in material form with a delayed response. This means that you do not instantly get what you think, but if you feel and believe something for long enough, you will see that belief mirrored back to you at a future point in time. I'm going to pause right there because listen, y'all, that part is important. When people say, but for the last week, I've just been sitting in gratitude and I've been trying my best to do this and think this and be this. And I'm like, but if you are undoing decades of negative thinking, it might take you more than a week to convince your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit that you are now ready to think more along the lines of gratitude, right? Some of us, it's like saying, oh, I ate McDonald's for the first 40 years of my life. And now at 45, I'm going to undo that with one salad. Sorry, but no, it doesn't work like that. It didn't work like that, y'all. You got to give things time and you have to practice consistency. On day F, I should have talked about frequency. On day V with vibe and vibration, I should have talked about frequency. The frequency with which you do something also has a big impact. All right, so Kara goes on to say, Flamingo asks, what inner narrative are you nourishing? Ooh, stop right there. Write that question down, everybody. Get that one. Take it with you. What inner narrative am I nourishing? What do you keep feeding? What is the story you keep feeding? You keep telling yourself, you keep fueling. Listen, I do a lot of work with women who come to me stuck in a story, stuck in a narrative. They just keep repeating the same things over and over. And sometimes it's not even stuff that they believe. It's what other people have said to them or about them, and they've decided that is real. And they stay stuck in that story. When something happens to us, when somebody does something to us, when we have a negative experience in the world, and we keep going from person to person, retelling that story over and over again. Every time we do that, we are calling back up that same energy that we were in when we experienced it. So I'm going to just ask you again, using Kara's question. What inner narrative are you nourishing? Does the image in your mind produce an outcome of fulfillment or defeat? Flamingo's medicine suggests scripting for altering and transforming your inner beliefs. Scripting is the process of rewriting your story to program your subconscious with a new, more profound understanding of your existence. So we do scripting a lot with past life regression, past life work. Scripting is a really big part of that, like rewriting that story for yourself, rewriting, and not just in past life stuff, but also in this lifetime. Right? Taking that old narrative that you just keep replaying in your mind. It's that moment where you go, man, I wish I had said this in that situation, but I didn't. I wish I had done this. Rewrite it as if you had and start telling that story to yourself over and over again, right? That part is important. It's a great thing to bring up on the day where we're talking about writing. All right, she goes into a bunch of other stuff, but I'm going to stop there because for the sake of time. Card number 31, let's look at that. I'm pretty sure that's a turkey right there. And 3 cups, 3 hearts. That's what I think I'm seeing. But you know, the eyes play trick on you when you haven't had your glasses on all day. Yep, turkey. Turkey's medicine comes to speak to us about abundance and prosperity through the virtue of gratitude. When we are thankful for what we currently have, life draws to us more things to be grateful for. I'm going to repeat that for y'all because I said it once, but Kara said it, and we're going to do it one more time. When we are thankful for what we currently have, life draws to us more things to be grateful for. Take that with you this week. You are on the verge of super magnetism. Turkey medicine says you draw in dynamic levels of abundance through gratitude. Creating and continuously deepening your practice of gratitude will act like a spark that ignites the charge of your magnetism. What accomplishments have you achieved? What desires have you worked so hard towards that have manifested? Focus on these achievements and truly appreciate them. A wonderful daily practice is creating a gratitude journal. That's my jam right there. Take a few minutes every day to write down all the things you're grateful for. Kyla, I personally do 10 a day because if I had to take sit down and write every single day all the things I'm grateful for, I don't know that I would be doing anything else because I'm grateful for a lot of stuff. So I just limit myself to 10 a day. But if you think about that over a 5-day period, that's 50 things. And if you take that to 7 days, that's 70 things in a week that you're grateful for, right? So I think 10 a day is a really great practice instead of trying to write down everything in one day. To really connect to the feeling of gratitude, try listening to music that moves you deeply while writing in your journal. If you want to take a step further, try gratitude dancing. Put on the music that amps you up. If Damon was here right now, I'm sure he has something to put in the chat about me and my gratitude dancing. I never called it that, but I like that term. So I might borrow that from Kara. We're going to say Kara. Okay, Kara. Put on the music that amps you up, move and dance in gratitude, and thank the universe for all you have received and will receive. This is a powerful technique and lots of fun to do with friends too. Your job is to get excited about the generosity of the universe now and start saying thank you. Through this, you will find a level of fulfillment that will bestow joy in new ways for you. Remember to make sure to include gratitude about the unknown in your practice too. Turkey's medicine comes when something special and profound is being conjured up in the universe for you to receive. Discipline your gratitude practice and get ready for your magnetism to ignite. I love it. I'm glad I looked at her book. I like her writing. I like the style, short, sweet, and to the point. And I agree with what she said in these two cards, at least. So here we go. We've got You Are What You Think, Flamingo, and magnetism through gratitude with our turkey. Two birds, two winged creatures. Both of them not very flighty. Like they don't fly a lot, I don't think. I don't know, y'all. Do flamingos fly? Somebody school me, educate me on that. I don't actually know. I mean, I'm in Florida, and they always talk about flamingos in Florida, and I rarely see flamingos in Florida, so I don't know where they got that from. But we do have flamingos somewhere in Florida at some point. But I think the first time I saw a flamingo was, I don't know, in a zoo probably, like in real life. So just so y'all know, they're not just like flying around and running around freely in all parts of Florida like that. I know we are often associated with this flamingo animal, or bird, but okay. And Teresa says, yes, flamingos do fly. Awesome. Turkeys fly too, but then not so much. Not like a pigeon or a cardinal or a blue jay, right? I think of birds. I mean, so yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to just think about. They seem like more landlocked birds, like they stay on land more than they're up in the air. I don't know. Maybe that's true of all birds. Okay, I'm rambling. Let's move on. Bird. I'll have to consult my friend Shay. Shay is one of our teachers in Pope and Paint this year, and she is a bird watcher. She's a bird. She knows all the bird things, so I'm gonna have to consult her about the birds and find out. Okay, let's start with washi tape. Where my washi tape lovers at? Where my washi tape lovers? All right, so I thought a little bit about this. I'm like, okay, how would I talk about washi tape? First of all, let me take a little sip of water. Oh, please. All right, first and foremost, I used to have my washi tape hyper organized. I bought a whole washi tape organizer. I put them all on it. I had rings. I did the whole thing, right? I spent like a day and a half sitting down with all my washi, organizing, blah, 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 blah. And in that, it's not like that anymore. Let's be clear. What I have here are the ones that are like my most, I want to say my most, I don't even want to say most used because some of these haven't been opened, but these are the ones that I think I would use the most. How about that? That's a better way that's more accurate. But what I realized in doing what I did is that I started to see categories for myself. So I'm not going to try to give you all my categories, but I'll give you a few of them. Like I have categories for artist made. Artist made. Now, obviously, they're all artist made, but artists that I know, maybe that's a better way of saying it. Artists who I know, Washi. I'm gonna probably get these mixed up. I'm not trying to put them in the order of the artists because I'm probably not gonna nail that. So I'm just gonna put them, here. We'll see. But artists made, like there are a lot of artists out there making their own washi. I hope to be one of them soon here. I want to make my own washi. I do make my own washi, but not to sell to people commercially. I do, maybe I'll show some of my washi. But I like washi, that's not one, I don't think, that people have made, like that artist was like, here's what I think is missing from the world of washi. So I probably won't be able to name every single one of these and who they are. I'm going to do my best, y'all. Don't get mad if I say the wrong person with the wrong name and the wrong tape. But I'm going to do my very, 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 very best. I feel like there's some more at the bottom of this that I'm just not seeing. Maybe. I don't know about that one. It helps, hey, artists out there in the world, it helps when y'all put your names inside your tape so I know it's yours. So I can talk about you and promote you and send people to you. That's always helpful. Now, some of this washi, I'll have to say in a moment here. I'm just still looking through. Just kind of digging through this to see, because I feel like all right, so this is probably sufficient in this moment. Some of my washi friends with washi. I'm gonna make that be a thing, like friends, words with friends, washi with friends. All right, I'm using the word friend real. I don't use the word friend a lot. I'm noticing myself right now. I've said it like 5 or 6 times. Yeah, let me check myself on that. Okay, so the ones I know for sure. Tiff. I don't have her blueprint one in the moment of now. She has a blueprint one, but for whatever reason, I'm not finding it fast enough in this moment. But these are a few from Tiffany. She has a couple with face, or one with faces. I feel like there's a second one with faces that I maybe don't have in my, oh, duh. Okay, so 2 faces ones. She has eco dye, one that has like, that looks like, eco dyed cloth fabric paper, right, which I really love. I think it's really beautiful. Her girls one. This is one of her girls. One of her washi tapes that has her girls on it, which is lovely. Some of her faces. More like this, Tiff, please. Thanks. Ledger. She's got ledger paper. I'm feeling some kind of way that I can't find my. She's got some ledger paper washi, which I love. Hi, Suzanne. And she does, in fact, have. I don't think that's her. Is this Tiff's? Oh, don't quote this. I think this might be Tiffany's. If not, it might be Dee Dee. If not, it might be somebody else. The name's not in it. I have a feeling it's Tiff, though. Don't quote that. I'm going to say it again. Don't quote that. Tiff also has some other papers or some other tapes that are not washi, but I don't have them handy enough to be speaking on that with any amount of certainty. See, look at that. See, her name's in that one. Her name's in that one. SouthernGalsDesigns.com. Her name's in that one. So I know that's hers. But I also know those faces are hers. So yeah, Tiff has a blueprint one, like I said, that I'm not finding in this moment in my stash because, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Then Dee Katron has a few. This one I think is like her asemic writing one, which I love. I love the black and white ones that she did. They're really cool. This one is her expletives, her punctuation. Love that a lot. And Dee has her name inside of hers as well, which I find very helpful. Thank you, Dee. Oh, this one's Tiff. Why have I not opened this one? What? Hold on. Are these the same? Y'all, I've been sleeping on some of Tiff's tapes. What is happening? Oh my gosh, she's going to kill me. She's going to be like, Kyla, not a good friend. How did I miss? Okay, so let's move all these others out of the way. And we're going to open these right now on this live stream because it's like Christmas. I feel like somebody snuck these into my stash. Now watch me open these and I have them open somewhere else already. Okay. I thought it would be cool for me to, this paper is not anything I'm going to use for anything. So I'm going to just put some washi on these because I think it'll make it a little easier to see. Where are you? Where's our start? I don't even know what all is on this one. I feel crazy right now. Christmas in April. Nice. I am digging that. That's nice. Okay. I'm going to tear a piece of that off and just lay that down so we can see it. There's that one. That's nice. I like that. All right, so that's more of Tiff's. Let's open this other one. Listen, when you have friends who are super creative like this, you can't always keep up with everything they're doing. I'm going to just name that. Heck, I can hardly keep up with some of the stuff I'm doing. My own stuff. But whoa. I'm excited. I got new washi tape to play with. And y'all, I've probably had this since Tiff, since she got it. Wow. Who knew? That's upside down. I'm going to do it this way. This is crazy to me. Okay. I'm going to stop being so, like, surprised with myself here. But I kind of am. Just completely surprised that I've got tapes here I didn't realize I had. All right, there's her second one. That looks like newspapery things. I love it. Probably like from some vintage newspaper stuff. Deidre says, just what I needed to hear tonight. Headed to bed for those very needed hours of sleep. I'll catch the rest tomorrow. Yes, Deidre, catch the rest tomorrow. All right, so we've got that one. That one. And there was another one that I was like, what? Oh, I think this is the same. Wait, let's see. It's not the same. Ooh-wee. Okay, while I'm doing this, y'all tell me, do you use washi? And also, if you do, what are some of your favorite ways to use washi? Because here's what's true about washi tape. While I'm talking about it, let's talk. Let's not just show it. Let's talk about it. I love washi tape. I use it a lot in my journals for mainly keeping things kind of organized in my journal. Like I will separate, like if I'm talking about a topic, I will separate. Oh, this one's got a long repeat. Let's see here. All right, about right there. I will use washi to like divide up topics in my journal. Like if I'm writing about something and then I switch topics, I'll put a piece of washi between them, between the topics. I'm gonna bring this up here because this is like the rest of it that's gonna hang off the thing. So there's that washi. That's nice. That's a nice one. I like that little blue spot right there. I'm like, very nice. So look at me with 3 new washis to play with. So I put them in categories by that, right? By people that I like, people I bought them from. So like I said, these 3 are Dee. Did I show that one? I really like that one a lot. It's also like a ledger, but black and white type ledger. I like to have different sizes. I like a thin washi, a medium size washi, and a thick washi. And even one of my favorite ones to use in my journal are, sorry, I have a little jar here that I keep of my most used ones, like the ones that just stay on my desk so I can just grab them and use them. So I'm trying to get out of that. I like a skinny washi too. I like to have one that's really super skinny. Let's put Dee Dee's on this little strip here because that feels perfect, like a perfect fit. That's Dee Dee's Systemic Writing one. That's pretty cool. Cool beans. So I like these little skinny ones. And I mean, I have a bunch of little skinny ones. I keep those around because they're really great for using as like dividers. So I have a bunch of the little skinny ones. In fact, I'll just go ahead and grab this second little container. This is another way I keep them semi-wrangled and semi-organized. And you can see here's my overflow. I have a couple of Dee Dee's in there with some overflow. Oh, here's another one of Tiff's. And this one too, maybe. No, that's Dee Dee. This is another one of Tiff's, though. I love it. It has all these words on it. Artists, seek, create, love, light, approve, risk, storyteller, shadow. A lot of the words that I use in my life are in there. Express, angry, safe, muted, joy, see. Some really cool ones. But what am I looking for in this container? I came here for a reason. Oh, these little super skinny tapes, specifically for bullet journaling and journaling of all sorts. And then I have things that are like, you know, I used to have them super organized by like color. I mean, I have tried every possible, who is this? Every possible way of organizing washi that you can think of. Okay, I really have. Ooh. Here's the blueprint one. This is the blueprint one I was talking about from Tiff. I knew I had it somewhere in my life. So there's that one. I really like this. I think I told you all one of these days about going to Canton. She and I and our husbands, and we got this big, large lot of blueprints. And I think she made this washi after getting back with her blueprints. I love to have washi that is wide and that where you can like cut things out if you wanted to cut things out. I don't do it a lot, but I like to see when other people do it. I think it's pretty cool and neat. Not my thing. This is one like that too, where it's like the little stickers. You could cut these out and just use them in your journal. You don't have to use the whole strip. So I know that people do that a lot. Having some that are just solid colors has always been a thing for me. I like that. So washi is just paper tape. I mean, that's literally what it is. Don't know why I have rub-ons in here. Rub-ons don't belong in the washi tape container, but apparently they somehow got in there. Other types of tape, like any kind of paper tape, like this is a really cool one that I've had for a while. Don't even know where I got it, but again, I could cut this off and then it's basically craft paper. I could write on this with a marker or something, right? So I have so many rub-ons in here. I guess, did I think this was a good idea? I must have, because I have a bunch of them in here. So I must have thought that was a smart thing to do. We're going to trust past me and believe and keep them there. Keep them in there. So yeah, I don't do a lot with washi more than I have way more washi than I probably will ever use in a lifetime, if I'm being honest. And it's kind of ridiculous. I need to do something about this. I need to either really start using it more, or yeah, I need to do something. So I'm looking for ideas, y'all. Give me more ideas. But I really do like supporting. Oh, who is this? Whose tape is this? Huh? Was this a Dee creation? I don't remember where I got this from. I don't see Dee's name inside of it, but part of me feels like maybe. I don't know, y'all. Don't quote these. I'm sorry that I can't tell you exactly where I'm getting all of these from. I've had some of these for so long. This one, look how big and wide this is. Isn't that nice and lovely? Angelisa says, I have washi, but I haven't figured out how to use it in a nice way. Yeah. Yeah, I can't really give you, you know, what might be considered a nice way. But like I said, I use it in my journals a lot. Gosh, I have some nice washi, y'all. I'm sitting here looking at my stash and I'm like, I have some really good washi that I'm really loving and digging and not sure why I don't use it more often. Also, trying to always get these things back in the way they're supposed to be. Good luck with that. I have one more box over here, but I'm going to hold off on bringing that up because I don't know that there's anything special in it. But I did want to get this blueprint one down so y'all can see it as well. I think it's pretty cool. That blueprint one is neat. Can't believe I didn't have that out already. All my little skinny minis here are fun to play with and use. Let's see. And then I have some. This one's by Cindy. This is from Cindy. I love that she has. Let's flip it over and do this one for Cindy. This is Cindy Gilstrap, I think. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Cindy Gilstrap. Oh, wait, is it? No, this might be. Is that Cindy? Now I feel I should have planned better, y'all. That is either Cindy Gilstrap or that is Andrea Chambello. I don't know if I'm pronouncing Andrea's last name correctly. I think I am. And I know she did a bunch of artist created or artist designed washis in her shop. So I don't know if all of them are her designs or if she was like supporting other people. Y'all, I suck at this right now because I feel bad that I don't know all the people who made all the washis, but I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can. Okay, just wrapping that around. This is one I got at a fountain pen conference, conference show, meetup. Trying to find the beginning of it. Yeah, no idea where it starts and stops. But anyway, it's got, right here. It's got little fountain pen symbol on it. I want to say that that's from Fountain Pen Day, maybe. But I love that little fountain pen on there. I think that's pretty cool. Hi, Christina. You did not miss out. I'm just showing washi tapes right now. And I'm going to show one other little thing. We're all just kind of, not all, but I'm noticing like, hey, y'all, how do y'all use washi? What are some of the ways y'all use washi tape, right? Here's that one from Dee that I showed. We'll just pop that one on here. I really like that one a lot. I like all of the ones that Dee did with the black and white. I think she did a great job. Here's another of hers. I love it because I love punctuation marks. So that feels awesome to see that there. And then let's put this I can never get enough of my little moon, my thin strip of moon. Washi, because, well, it's the moon and it's black and white. So I'm not going to sit here and lay out all my washi for y'all. The other thing that I like to do is buy washi that's like in a theme. So you've got these sort of beehive, hexagon looking things. And then you've got this one that's like the little bee. Now these, I want to say, came in a box. I used to subscribe to the Boho Berry box back in the day when she was doing a subscription box. So I like to buy ones that come in like a little set. I always think that's pretty cool to have things that I say come in a set, but that are like theme. They come in a theme. I think this one was supposed to be like a watermelon theme, but it had another like little. So I like the ones that are in a theme. Here's another. Now this is not washi tape, but I just have to mention this tape. This is a tape that g.r.i.t.s did. Oh, is this the one that's, I want to start a new one if it's. Just making sure that that's not. I always like to have a good gold and silver one as well. That always feels like a grand idea. Here's another little tiny one. Oh, I love this one too. This is from a watercolor artist. I want to say her name is Julia K maybe. And she did these little potion bottles that I thought was just so cute. So I like to support my artists in the world when I can. Look at this little tiny thing. Let's put a strip of that now. I'll just put a little bit. Not all washi is created equal. Some of it is paper tape. It's meant to be repositionable. And some companies take that repositionable thing, you know, to heart. They want you to be able to really truly reposition it so it doesn't stick very well. And again, not all companies are created equal. So I've got a nice little solid gold here. That's always cool. I'm doing this for a reason, y'all. I am going to show you what I do with this. And then I want to be able to talk a little bit about watercolor. So this is a tape Dee had made, and it's supposed to mimic. Think about how when you find something that's really old, it's like vintage, and it has a piece of tape on it that has gotten old. All right. Let me just come here and do this. And when you see that piece of old tape, you're like, oh my gosh, it's yellowed. It's kind of looking weird. This is what this is supposed to mimic. And I think she did a darn great job on it. It's so cool. And it's clear. It has this clear, but so it's not like washi tape because it's not paper. It's actually more plasticky. But I just think it did such a cool job of mimicking what it looks like to have a piece of tape. When you find a piece of tape on something super old, right? It has that look, and I think that's darn cute to me. what else did I want to say about washi? I don't know what that is. Let me open this other box and see if it sparks anything for me. Oh, this box has some of the really big, wide ones. And some of my little, these came in a set specifically for, it was like a set of like, let me see if I can find them in here because it was a bunch of them. See all these little skinny ones down in here? They came as like a little set. Like, look how thin that is. Is that not crazy thin? But they came in a set that was meant for bullet journaling and journaling. Yeah, and oh, for the longest time, this was one of my favorite washes for the longest time. Oh my God, I miss it. Hey Washi, I haven't seen you in a while. Let's put some down. So washi can be used as a first layer in a journal, right? On a journal page. That's gonna overlap that, but we're gonna let it be okay. Okay. This used to be some of my favorite washi right here, with these little words going down. That one has journey. This one, love this one. Don't use it enough. So I have a lot of washis, and I have gotten rid of a lot of washis. I've probably gotten rid of as many as you see here. But in that journaling set, they had these as well, which I haven't used. This is a set, 2 different ones, but the idea is that you cut off the numbers and you cut off the day of the week, and you can use them in your thing. Here's another one with the days of the week. All right, so the idea is that I could say, oh, as a matter of fact, I'm going to say, oh, today is Tuesday. Let's just cut off the Tuesday. And use that in the journal. So just put it so I don't lose where it is. So we know that I am in, let's see, that was P.Q.R.S. Wait, was that P? I don't know that was P. Oh, please, let me make sure I got this right now. Now I'm not remembering which ones you did. Okay, let's do it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. See, I would have been wrong. N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. Today is W. So we're going to put this little washi here because this should be, it should be today. And it's Tuesday, right? So you can use the washi that way. I probably could. I would like to think they go up to 30 on these numbers. I don't know. I'm not going to chance it. So, washi. All right. One of the other ways, let me fill in a little space here. Let's fill this in with some. But look how wide that is. Like, just, I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that for something, and that, and that. I'm going to play with that. All right. We'll do one more little thing here. I'm going to take this off. Put this on. Okay. And then one of the things, so I've got this on both sides now. So one of the things I could do in this moment, just go through, cut that, and then this can become, just take out those extra bits. This can become like a little extra, let's move this. Let's move things, make space. This could become, where's my journal? Let's bring this journal in. So this could become like a little, see see how I like tabs and things, right? So I could make this into a little tab. It's kind of big, but I could make that into a little tab hanging out of my journal there. Probably not for this journal because those colors feel all wrong. Now those colors feel right. So I could, seems like a waste of washi to do that, but I could fold it and make a little tab to go, right? So a decorative element. The other thing, I pulled out some tags. I was like, one of the other things I like to do with washi, I'm going to use these big pieces because, well, less work for us. Take that. I'm going to try to get that butterfly kind of centered on there. And whenever I'm working with washi tape, I like to just use my little straight edge to get me a straight sort of tear on that. Let's bring in, I'm going to leave that one down to hold it in place for me. I like these wide ones. Oh, except when they do that. I don't like them when they do that. Come on. Oh, it's like a chore trying to get any kind of tape back on track once it gets off like that. All right, we're gonna leave it though. I'm not gonna get persnickety about it. I have enough things in life I have to be persnickety about. And we'll do one more that I think will get us close to the end, but we'll bring in that little skinny, the skinny black and white one, the moons. Oh, this tape is sticky. Now this is a sticky tape. I can always tell how sticky something's going to be by how much it sticks to itself on the roll. Now, because this is paper, you can also come over some washis, not all washis. Some washis you can come over. Let's see how I can. Now I'm being persnickety again. Some washis you can go over with markers and paint because they're papery. This is a really papery one. Let's bring back my moon phases. And add that in the little extra bit there. The gap. Fill in the gap. All right, so now I've got this lovely. I'm going to go ahead and fold it over. I usually wouldn't. In fact, let's not. Let's just tear it or cut it. Keep it easy. Let's keep it easy. Easy breezy. All right, so now I've got the beginnings of or the end of a tag, right? Already ready for me. Only thing I need to do is punch out my little hole there in the center. In that little top portion. And I've got a little tag. I could put some little, fabric-y something there to hang out, some string. And then I can journal on the back of that, right? I could also add color. These two at the top and bottom are very papery, so I could bring in Some watercolor. I could bring in, you know, paint pens, markers, right, and add to it, and it's going to like enhance that. Right, so I could do that. Bring in the paint markers or paint. Right, could also be a thing. And you can really just, you know, play with it in that way, almost like making yourself a little coloring page, you know. So that's another way that you can use them. But imagine using that as the background for starting a new painting also, right? Then you've got this background layer already started for yourself to do that. So I don't, like I said, I don't really use them. I don't know how other people use washi, but I also use it for my flip outs. Right? So let's say I was going to make, I mean, well, you all saw me use it for this book. This is washi. It's just fabric washi, right? But it's still washi tape, technically. So I could use it for that. I could also take this one that I spent all this time doing this on, right? And make myself a tall, skinny. Let's make a little, make a tall, skinny tag with this. All right. I'm not going to concern myself too much with where the exact center is. I'm going to eyeball that. So now I've got another little tag. That one's double-sided. But you can also use washi. I keep saying you could also. I like to use washi. I'm not going to do a whole one here. And these are so like folded in on each other. But I couldn't use these, hinge these together. And now I've got, you know, washi as a hinge. But I could also take it. Do it on this one. And turn this into a little flip out. So let's find, let's go. I like this one. I can make this, give me a nice little flip out here. Why am I being lazy and not getting my bone folder? Who knows? Then I flip that way. You could leave it like that, but I like to do two. Let's do a second one so you get a little bit of a surprise when you open that on the other side there. I'm just like baffled that I'm just getting this new, not just getting, but just remembering or finding that I had this other tape from Tiv. So I'm going to use some of that. So now I've got me a little flip out piece here. Again, flip out is not a tip in. Don't confuse the two people. You can't be friends if you keep calling flip outs tip ins and tip ins flip outs. I'm going to love you anyway. But I would like you to learn the difference between a flip out and a tip in is when you tip in something into the seam so that you can't even tell it wasn't an original part of it, right? A flip out is things that flip out like that. That's not a tip in. That's different. So yeah, washi is really good for tip ins and for flip outs. So that's a nice little other way to do it. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Angela said that's a great, yeah, this could be a great bookmark too. I hadn't even thought about that, right? You could also come in and put some extra stuff over the top of this because I'm noticing how, you know, pieces are peeling up or whatever. But yeah, another really cool, that's another great idea. Did I add pockets to this? I can't remember if I added a pocket. I did add a pocket. So let's do this. Let's go. I'm going to stick that in there like that. I'm going to look at whereabouts it's coming to an end. I'm going to close that. So now I got a little something in my pocket that I can work with and use later. But also, last but not least, for this little piece here, let's also use it to make a pocket. I hate that though, because then I got this, it's double-sided and I want to do double-sided things with it. But let's say it was single-sided. I could make a little pocket with this, right? I could use this and then it becomes a pocket, or it becomes what people like to call tuck spots, right? You just do two sides, glue down two sides and tuck something down in the center there of that. Okay, so we're just going to put this in the same little pocket back here. So now I got two things. See, that's going to bug the bejesus out of me. The fact that these things don't want to lay down all the way. Let it go, Kyla. All right, letting it go, letting it go. So here are my little bits and bobs. I'm just going to stick them in there. And let's talk about watercolor. So I've shared a lot of the washi. It was never my intention to sit here and show you every roll of washi tape that I have, because, well, whew, that would be the whole time, right? That'd be our entire time together. So instead, I tried to show you some of my favorites. This is a funny one with these little emojis on it. How cute is that? I have no idea where I got this from, but I just think that's so cool and so cute. That little washi one with the emojis. Like I said, some of these I have forgotten that I even have, which is in and of itself a thing. Everybody needs a good polka dot washi. Now, some of these, let me just name this. Some of these are, I don't know if it's the ones in here, but there are some, I feel like I gave away a lot of the ones that are actually not washi. They're like, help me out here. They are like Scotch tape, duct tape. They have a completely different consistency. So yeah, be mindful of that. I think I'm going to have to get into playing with my washi a little bit more, doing more with it than I have been up to this point in my life. All right. And I'll show you one last thing that I do with my washi tapes, because maybe this will be helpful for some of you. So I have two places. Hold on. Take a little sip of water here. Yeah, bookmark. It's a cool idea. Thank you, Angelisa and Suzanne. Okay, so these are old key cards from hotels. Oh, I didn't show you all my washi. Hold on. Let me pull it out so I don't forget. Maybe. Do I have the washi down here? Or no. Oh, I do. But it is absolutely obscured by something else. Okay. I'll show a little bit of mine before we wrap up with washi. Okay, so I did this thing where I took all of these hotel key cards, gift card thingies, and I just wrapped washi around them, put a little hole in the top of each of them using a hole puncher. I have a tiny little hole puncher. I use the crocodile that has the small hole puncher on it. And then from here, I used to have, you know, the rings that open and close. Right now I'm not seeing any. I used to have a whole bunch of them over here. Who knows where they are now? But I think you all can envision what I'm saying. And then I would keep them on like a little key ring, and they stayed in my bag. This was when I was hardcore journaling, bullet journaling, all the things, and I traveled with these things, right? But now I just keep them all in a little cup that I have here. I took the ring off of them, and I just keep them in this little cup, and I just pick from them, pick from this little cup when I need it, or when I want to, get some washi. This is some of my washi, my homemade, in-house made, not for commercial selling to people, washi. And then the other thing I did is I had this little Foxy Fix leather, and I think I showed this the other day, this little leather journal thingy. It's like a traveler's notebook, but I took plastic business card holder, and I put my little key cards with washi to have, and I've got some extra space in here that I hadn't even realized. So that's another way you might have it to travel with. I need to get more of these little sleeves and do another section here and add some of my newer washis, because these are my old washis. This is from a while ago. And I can probably fit a few more things in here and have that in my journal. So that's my washi journey right there. All right. So hopefully those ideas are good and helpful for you. And maybe you got an idea or two about organizing your washi. Like I said, I don't have a ton of ideas on how I use it, other than just in my journal to tape things down, to basically that, to take things down, to divide sections out, that kind of thing. All right, y'all. Are you ready for the big, long, quick chat about watercolor? Oh, wait, stop. My washi. Here's some of the washi that I have made. And again, it's paper tape, right? So this is from when I use tape to put borders around something that I'm going to be painting. When I pull that tape up, I usually like that tape more than I like the darn painting. And so I have this big acrylic plexiglass, really is what this is, that I don't even know what it was for, where it came from, but this piece of plexiglass. And I was like, I'm going to use that and wrap my tapes around it. And when I'm ready to use these in things, I just come here, I peel it off. It doesn't leave any kind of sticky residue. And where is that journal? This journal just gets everything and everybody in it. Here's another piece that was the same thing. That was like some of the same thing. Let's find, this feels like it'd be good there. All right, so then now I've got a little piece, and that's just blue painter's tape, but it's got the paint on it, right? So that's one thing that I do. More of my washi. Let's see. This little bin has a whole bunch of stuff in it. This bin has a lot of my like personally made washi. Here's another one. Now I'm sitting here wondering, where did I get these plexiglass pieces from? I have no idea. None. Now I'm curious about that for myself, for later, for future things. I'm going to put, let's go to letter W day, and let's put down a few pieces of my washi. So off of this one, I'm going to grab this little piece. I like it a lot. We'll put a little piece of this down. Look at that. I love it. I just think that's so, I'm going to have to probably get a little glue on the back of it, because sometimes it doesn't always want to stick back down. But I find that that is also, again, another really playful way to bring your own art, and even the stuff that you're like, yeah, that's art, but there's stuff I was going to throw away. This piece, this is on some sticky athletic tape. They use this tape with athletes when they need to tape something up and put them right back out on the field. So that's what that is. Yeah, I have a bunch of them. I'm gonna go ahead and move on though. Actually, let's do one more little piece here. I like this piece. So these are all, like I said, these are all ones that I made using a variety of techniques and things that I have up my sleeve. I think I like making washi, homemade washi, DIY washi, more than I actually like using washi. Is that weird? It's okay if it is. You can tell me. You can tell me that's weird. There's another. Again, these are just pieces that were at one point bordering something. And now I'm just going to put a little glue on that because it's going to drive me bananas if it doesn't lay down. Thank you. Please stay in place. So yeah, I will I'll get y'all a link for my DIY washi class, because I do have a whole class where I teach about 6 or 7 of my techniques for making 6 or 7 different techniques for making your own washi. Some of you have taken Soulfully Raw and Quirky with me. I think I taught one of the techniques in that class, in that workshop, in that online, it's like an online retreat that Tiffany and I do. All right, here's my last piece, just because I feel like I need to put one more piece down. Sweet. Okay. And Lisa says there's nothing weird in art. I agree. All right, so that's enough about washi. I almost feel like I'm not going to be able to do watercolors any justice tonight. So I'm going to say I'm going to talk just about 10 minutes about watercolor. And then I'm going to do watercolor again more fully on one of our extra overflow days where we run out of letters pretty soon here. We run out of letters in 3 days, y'all. So where do I want to start? I think what I'll do for tonight is share with you some of my favorite watercolor brands and makers, and then we will do a full talk about watercolor on another day. So let's see here. One of my faves is Golden Core. These watercolors are ridiculously yummy. And they come in tubes. They come in tubes. I think they have a set that is pans. I like them in tubes because this is more bang for your buck. Because, let's see. Several of these are the core watercolors that I've just taken and put into little pans here. And I've been using this same set for 2 years. And haven't even had to refill it. I mean, obviously, I don't use watercolor every single day. These are another few of the core are in here as well. But I like that you can just take them out, get yourself a little palette, or get yourself a little some palette paper even. And you don't need a lot of it because they are hyper pigmented. They are they are artist grade watercolors, and they are highly pigmented. So in here I also have some Daniel Smith watercolors. That would be my next favorite. The Daniel Smith Extra Fine would be my next faves. I need glasses because I can't even see these colors. Suzanne says, I really like core. They are so vibrant. Yeah, they got a lot of pigment in them. They are really highly pigmented in such a beautiful way. Oh my God. This Daniel Smith Moon Glow. Thank me later. Get yourself a little bottle of this, a little tube of this, and thank me later. It's called Moon Glow. It is like a black purple, but it is this. I will be sure to let's see if I can find my little swatch sheet here. Hold please. Oh man. Oh, dang, I thought I was going to be able to show you my, maybe I will be able to find it in a second here when I go through a few more things. Daniel Smith, if you feel like you can't afford or you're not sure which ones you like, you can always get what they have these little dot sheets that you can buy that let you try sample a bunch of different ones. I don't know how many are on here, but there's a lot of them. And I wonder if Moon Glow is on here. I don't know if it is or not. Let's see. I don't even think I've played with this one. I have several of these sheets. This is one I think I have not actually activated any of these that are on here. But let's see if Moon Glow is on here. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, nah. So they have some of their luminescent colors, which are like their iridescent what we call shimmers. Their quinacridone, cadmium, and more in this section, which means they're going to have a little more of a translucency to them. The quinacridones are. And then this one they call their Primatech colors. And these come from actual, I think, don't quote me, actual ground down. Like this one is amethyst. I think it's actual ground down amethyst in the paint. They've got hematite, bronzite, Mayan blue. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Cyclerite. That's a new one. Serpentine. So yeah, lapis lazuli. So I think this first set up here. Oh, and it says 66 colors. So it's got 66 colors. So do dot sheets. Like if you're like, I don't know if I want to commit, because you know some of these can be kind of pricey, y'all. So you may not want to commit to a full set of anything. Not all of the major brands have dot cards, but the ones that do, I recommend looking into that. So in a moment of infinite wisdom, I sat down and one night and did a whole, I swatched out at the time all the colors I had in that at that point. I don't think there's anything on the inside. And look, I just made it just a little one-page book like we all know how to make, right? Let's see if I can, sorry, I'm turning it around so much. I wanted to see if I could find that Moon Glow. Not seeing it. But this, to me, doing something like this helps me to then go, okay, I need a really black. And I can go, oh, I've got this ivory black, I've got a Kuretake black, and I've got a white night black. And they all are pretty deep blacks versus, say, a graphite. I've got this color called gunmetal, which I really love. And I actually keep it in this one. This is my little set that maps to my tarot cards for the year. And I chose gunmetal as, I think I chose gunmetal as my Capricorn moon this year. So whenever my Capricorn moon stuff comes up, I come to the gunmetal as my color to work with. I sure wish that moon glow was on here for y'all to see it, because that color is stunning. It's really beautiful. So this was, yeah, so I've got, and it's so weird because I keep having to turn it to get the right. But then it lets me just see like some of my shimmers that I have, and lets me kind of, so yeah, I like doing this. And it was very meditative. I had a lot of fun doing it, making it. I even threw some ink tints on here. Here's a core raw umber. Really nice. So some of my favorite brands are Greenleaf and Blueberry. I said Core already. Greenleaf and some of my favorite commercial brands are Daniel Smith and Core, Golden Core. Those are my two favorite commercial brands. I think I would also say that I like I like the Peerless brand as well, and they come in these little sheets, which is kind of weird. Feel kind of weird, like this is watercolor, yeah. But what I've done is I will snip off a piece of these. You can tape them. You can like put a little piece of tape on them, because it's basically paper that has been saturated with the watercolor, so that you can, all you got to do is wet it and pick up the watercolor, right? It's kind of crazy, but it's their jam. It's their whole thing that they do. And so getting something like this can also be an interesting way of working with watercolors. This is the Peerless brand. Right, so you can tell that I've used that one a little bit, right? And you can tell the ones that I've cut off, because they're supposed to be this long, but the ones that are shorter are pieces that I've cut off and put like in a little thing to use for something else. So Peerless is also good. Their watercolors are super transparent, but really good for layering. So I like that about them. I'm just looking for Derwent. All right, so these are not technically watercolors. They are technically ink tints. Thanks, Suzanne. See ya. They are technically ink tints. It's just like the pencils and the blocks. But here's the thing about them. They behave like watercolor. The exception, when they dry, they're permanent. That is worthy of lots of time and energy. So I like that, but some people like the watercolors to stay moving around. I actually like the ability to kind of play with them, and then when they're set, when they're dried, they're set. So a Derwent ink tints paint pan. This is the little travel set. I like it a lot. It can, I think these, yeah, they pop out. You can pop them out. And I want to say you can pop in new ones if you need or want to. If you run out of one, I think you can somehow find a way to get new ones and pop them in. So I really like that Derwent set. And then the last one, I tried these. A friend of mine had these, and I tried them at her house, and I was like, ooh, she's a watercolor artist. I mean, that's her jam. And she showed me these, and I was like, oh, I got to get them. I haven't even opened them, but I am going to at some point. This will be a swatch with me Sunday that I do. But the thing that she told me about these, which is what made me buy them, is that they use acacia honey and Arabic gum as a part of it, but it's the way that they mix them, I guess, that makes them really special. I think this is a Russian company. And so she told me where she ordered them from, and I went right then and ordered them. And so, but I haven't opened them, so I'm going to have to do that at some point. So those would be my top. And then I told you all about my little cheapy Reeves that I bought at like an Office Depot. Y'all, these are the love of my life, because these are my friends here. I have had these for so long, and these are my go-to. Like I use these for everything. They're really good. They're vibrant. They're not chalky when they dry. They check a lot of my boxes, but they're also not what people consider to be like fine artist watercolors. I don't really care about that. I'm not selling my art at this point. Who knows what'll happen in 20 years? I don't know. But right now, these suffice. And I have used these for years. Can you not tell? Can you not tell that apparently I like yellow and this dark green a lot? Right? They're the ones that are worn down the most. Their black isn't as black as I wish it was, but their colors are really good. I can mix colors and do a lot with them, and I end up having some really fun moments with these. So those are my favorite commercial brands. Core, Golden Core, Daniel Smith, the Peerless, the Renaissance, even though again I haven't used them. And I would even have to put White Knight in there, but I don't, all my White Knights are dispersed out in other places, but the White Knight are also really good. And then add that Derwent to that list as well. Okay, I'm going to come back on day 27 and we'll talk more about watercolors. But because I don't want to stay on much longer, I'm right at the 90-minute mark, and that feels good for tonight. I'm just going to say one last thing I want to show y'all before we go, just to give you an update. I did finish swatching my 2023 Inkvent colors, and I'm in love with them. They did a beautiful job this year. They've got like a really good balance between the standard colors, the shimmers, the chameleons, just really beautiful. And just so much, look at all the shimmer, like so many of them. This astral, I'm in love with that astral. That is just beautiful. Bah Humbug is definitely my favorite, number 12 right there. Definitely my favorite of the whole bunch. It is just yummy. And yeah, the last few that I did off camera were Tranquility through 21 through 25. And those are also all shimmer with the exception of this Fireside Snug. It's got a little bit of a shading in it though if it gets wet, which I like. But all the rest, that Tinsel is a shimmer. And that Sugar Snap is really pretty green actually. So yeah, I think I usually kind of make a note of like the ones that were my least favorites, the ones that kind of disappointed. The one that really let me down was Weeping Willow. I feel like they could have done so much better with Weeping Willow. Like that didn't really capture it for me. But again, they don't care what I think. I'm one person. Really loved Walnut. Really nice, dark, walnutty brown. But yeah, I think I could do without some of these others like Jacaranda. That's all I got to say about it. But for the most part, I liked a lot of these, way more than in past years. I really loved that Velvet Emerald. I thought that was really pretty, really nice. And that Moonbeam, gorgeous. Yeah, so they did a good job, and they did a good job with naming them, I thought. Lavender Frost, I think, has the best name out of all of them. Bah Humbug, I think, is misnamed. That doesn't feel like Bah Humbug to me. Weeping Willow should be called Bah Humbug, if I'm being honest. So I know some of you were with me when I started swatching these the other day, so I thought I would just give you an update and show you that I did finish swatching them. So thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. As always, it has been a pleasure and an honor to be in your company. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow if you can make it. Tomorrow is Letter Day X. And I have a feeling tomorrow might actually be a great day to do some swatching of watercolors and just carry this conversation over to tomorrow, because I don't have a lot to talk about with Letter X. Damon's gone, he doesn't know it yet, but he's going to help me brainstorm some X things. I could tell you about the time I had some X-rays done, but I mean, besides that, I don't know where else I'm going with Letter X. So we're going to consider X the unknown day, and we will see what happens when I show up tomorrow and start talking. I'll bring some watercolors um, to swatch, and we'll make a day of it. All right, or not a whole day, but an hour to 90 minutes of it. All right, it'll be later in the day. I think about 4 o'clock tomorrow. So see you there, 4 o'clock Central. If you can make it, have a great night. Thank you for those of you in the chat hanging out and typing in things. I'm glad you were here. Stephanie says she Googled X words yesterday. I better get on top of that, Stephanie. Thank you. So much joy. Thank you all. See you soon. Have a good rest of your night. Bye, everybody.